What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve Natto, and for today's video, we're back with the fairly new Air Jordan 1 Zoom Racer Blue. These actually dropped back in March on March 14th for a retail price of $175, but I picked them up, I guess, last week when Nike and Jordan did the exclusive access restock on the Nike Sneakers app. I posted about it on my Instagram and was actually lucky enough to get these via the exclusive access on the Sneakers app, and after a little bit of time was able to get through and pick these up. So I missed out on them back in March when they first came out, but I had my eye on them ever since. It's a really good looking shoe, and I couldn't pass up on it at retail price. This is a really cool looking shoe. I actually picked up the first Air Jordan 1 Zoom back in 2019, and it's a really comfortable model because it has that full Air Zoom unit on the inside, and it makes it a little bit more comfortable than regular Jordan 1s. So really excited and glad to have it in hand for you guys today. We're going to do the full in-hand review. We're going to take a look at it both on feet and up close and in depth. All parts of the shoe are going to be looked at, so we got a full review for you guys today. But I will say, if this was your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I'm actually here almost every single day on this channel talking about sneakers, showing you guys my new pickups, and just talking all things sneakers. So if you guys want more content like that, you guys are definitely in the right place, and I thank you again for stopping by. But for now and for today, let's just jump right into this video of the Air Jordan 1 Zoom Racer Blue. So let's get into the review.
All right, here we are with the Racer Blue Jordan 1 Zoom. But before we dive into the shoes, I do want to show you the box, which is right here. We got the size tag, which says Air Jordan 1 High Zoom Air in white, and Racer Blue for that retail price of $175. But now onto the lateral side of the sneaker here. As you can see, it's primarily white, gray, and blue. But starting down at the bottom, you can see this outsole. It's actually sort of a translucent, icy looking outsole that isn't quite exactly that. I'll show you it a little bit later in the video, but it transitions from blue to red. And then on the midsole here, it is just all white. Then as we move up to the upper, you have some gray up in the back here, a gray swoosh, some white leather on the mid panel, and then some gray patent leather up around the toe box and around the eyelets there. As you come up to the upper collar, you got that Zoom tag right in the middle, the Wings logo with the Air Jordan right there. And then kind of behind all this, you have some white stitching on the blue fabric for the rest of the upper collar. But that basically rounds out the lateral view of the sneaker. I think it looks really nice and pretty simple and clean, but a little bit different than other Jordan 1s. Next up for the front view here, basically everything continues around, but again, you could see the outsole there with the stars, the white midsole, gray around the toe box, the actual white leather on the toe box with the perforations, white laces, white tongue, up to the Zoom Air hit at the top of the tongue in sort of some kind of clear plastic right around there. It's a little, see-through, kind of translucent, I guess you could say, but pretty cool touch and a little bit different than other Jordan 1s on there as well. Onto the medial, there isn't really anything different here. Everything continues around, but again, you got that gray in the back, another gray swoosh, the white mid panel, and that gray patent leather all around the toe. Onto the back of the shoe, I really like the look on the back here. It's, again, different than regular Jordan 1s, but pretty cool. It's kind of going with that translucent vibe that is kind of mentioned all throughout the sneaker. Basically all kind of gray, white, and blue up at the collar, but a pretty cool look in my opinion. And now I've turned on the flash and loosened up the shoes to take a look inside them here. And as we could see on the inner liner, we do have blue going all the way down to that white midsole, or white insole with the Zoom Air written in blue. Here's a look at the size tag for the numbers and information. And then as we move to the back of the tongue, it's just all white with the rest of that top tag going around, again, in that translucent material. And you can see some of the writing written there. And the last thing I do want to show you is the lace tips on this pair are actually blue. So another cool touch to add to these white laces here. And these white laces do come additionally with some kind of pinkish red laces, which match the outsole, which I'm going to show you next. But I don't know if I'd wear those, but just interesting that they included them in this pair here. And finally, here's that outsole I was mentioning before. So it's that translucent kind of blue looking icy blue colored outsole where it transitions from blue to kind of pink or red up at the very top. It's got some black kind of dots all throughout as well, but that's where that pinkish red color comes from with those additional laces that's supposed to match the bottom of the sneaker here. And finally, now that we have taken that full up close and in-depth look at the Jordan 1 Zoom Racer Blue, it's time to get these laced up and I'll show you guys what they look like on feet.
All right, so now there we have it for the Jordan 1 Zoom Racer Blue on feet. So a lot of the sneakers that I pick up here and check out on my YouTube channel, I really like in hand, and then I try them on feet, and I actually like them a lot more. But this one didn't quite do that. It sort of did the opposite. I feel like the on feet didn't quite look nearly as good as I had expected. To me, they looked a little bit plain and just not that exciting on feet, so I don't think it's quite as good as I had originally hoped. But nonetheless, the shoe itself is still a really good sneaker and a really good model. It does come at a small price premium at this point. However, comparing the last Jordan 1 Zoom to this one, so for instance, in 2019, the retail price on Jordan 1s was $160, but now all the Jordan 1s that come out in 2020 have gone up to $170. So in 2019, these had a price premium of $15, but now in 2020, this pair only has a $5 price premium. So I don't have too much of a problem with that, especially now considering that they kind of raised prices overall, but I still think it's a really cool and interesting shoe that's different than regular Jordan 1s. So if that's something you're looking for a little bit of a change up in the Jordan 1 model, this is probably a pretty good shoe for you. It's a very nice one, but in my opinion, just looked a little bit plain for the on feet. But overall, the sizing, I think it actually fits a little bit smaller than regular Jordan 1s. I don't know if it's enough for me to say to go up a half size, but I would say if you wear your Jordan 1s a little snug, it's probably worth it to go up that half size. Otherwise, if you think you already have a good amount of room, then you could probably go at that same exact size that you have in your other Jordan 1s. It is still really comfortable too. It's a little bit more comfortable in my opinion in sort of a different way. I don't really know how to best describe it, but it is more comfortable in my opinion. It's something you have to try on to really understand the fit. I can't even really describe it in words, but it's a fit that I really like and I think is definitely pretty comfortable. But now if I had to give you guys my final rating and opinion on a scale out of 10, because I think we've covered pretty much everything here, I'm only going to give these an 8 out of 10 just because I think they are a little plain. I was going to give them a higher rating at the start of the video, but after checking them out more, it's something that I don't think is something I want to wear too often, at least compared to other Jordan 1s. I feel like I'd still rather wear some of my favorite Jordan 1s over this one, but I think it is still a really cool and interesting model that's a little bit different than regular Jordan 1s. But let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this sneaker here and this pair compared to the last Jordan 1 Zoom that we saw released. I will have that linked above and at the end of the video. But again, thank you all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I am here almost every single day showing you guys all my new pickups and just talking sneakers every single day that I am here. So I will say, thank you for stopping by, and be sure to check out my other videos in the future if you guys want to see more content like this. But thanks again. I think that's going to wrap up the video. All the links are in the description down below for my social media channels, and you guys can chat with me down in the comments down below or over on social media. But that's going to wrap it up for today. So thank you all again, and I'll catch you guys real soon on the next video.